Hey guys, I'm gonna give it a minute for people to jump on. I'm not sure if I needed to be approved or not to come in here, if Val needed to approve me or if it's just gonna jump right on. So I am gonna give it a second. How is everyone today, by the way, while we're waiting? Funny story. I have to wear the sticker during this training because my son said so. So he went to a birthday party at this place called Bounce You. It's like a inflatable bouncy thing, and he got stickers as his what are they called, like the goodie bags that they give away at the end. And he told me if I was good for 10 minutes that I would get a sticker. So I was good for 10 minutes and I have a sticker, and I'm like, honey, I gotta go talk to some girls and do a little training. And he's like, but you earned your sticker, you have to wear it. Okay, gonna wear the sticker. Also, guys, I'm sorry about this weird lighting situation. My blind broke right before I jumped on here. So, weird lighting, I know, but I tried to get it just on my shoulder. Let's see if I can, like, come over here a tick. Okay. That might be a little better, right? Is that a little better? Yeah. Now we can't really see the light. Awesome. Okay, guys, I am going to go ahead and get started. I wanted to jump on, and as you guys are joining, please feel free to say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. You guys are an incredible team. I had Val go live in my team page earlier today, and she talked to us about beauty bashes, and she gave a little bit of history on this team, and you guys are so lucky. You have an incredible leader, and she and you guys are all absolutely phenomenal. Like, you guys have moved mountains already, and so I'm really excited to keep an eye out and see what you guys do next. But my name's Jen Harris, and I'm a Black Status presenter with Younique as well as your lovely Val. And she asked me to come on here and talk to you guys about business plans, which is actually one of my passions. I am a nerd at heart. I like to play with makeup, but numbers just as much. So I wanted to start by kind of telling you guys a little bit about my journey and how business plans kind of came into play for me. I know it can sound like kind of overwhelming and kind of dry, like business plan, what, this girl wants me to like write something down on paper. Yeah, I kind of do, but you can use a napkin if you want. You know, it doesn't matter where you put your plan. It's just the matter that you write it down and that you think it through. And I'm going to tell you why that's important. But I started in the end of February of 2015, at the very end, and actually that means my 3-year anniversary is coming up, so that's really exciting. But I went yellow within 2 weeks, pink in, so that was February, March. I have to say like what order the months go in. So in March went pink, blue. In April, it was kind of just trucking along. My family had a trip planned to Disney that May, so I kind of backed off a little bit. I kept running my business. I was working on it while I was at Disney. That's like Disney and business. I need to start using that because I'm a total Disney nerd. So anyways, we were at Disney. I was still working my business, showing off like the makeup, how it lasted through Splash Mountain. And so that momentum pushed me in not the end of July, but like the second week of July, we hit green status as a team. And then in September, we ran for purple as a team. And it was one of those things where we decided to run kind of at the end of the month. And it seemed almost impossible, but it was just so close, like too close to not even try. And so we did it. And during that journey, so that January, when I joined, it was the end of February. So that January through June, I want to say they were doing the incentive trip period. Or no, it was through May. You had January to May that year to earn the incentive trip. And it wasn't even on my mind. But I got close to it, and so I pushed for it, and I ended up earning the incentive trip that year. But one of my upline leaders, they actually gave our uplines a ticket to all the Black Statuses, a ticket to give to someone of their choosing on their team. And so one of our Black Status uplines ran a contest, and it was like a 2-step contest. And the first part of the contest was you had to sponsor X amount of people. And within sponsoring X amount of people, you got to the next stage. So the next stage was you had to write a business plan and make a video. And whoever's video and business plan got voted on by that Black Status's husband, they earned the ticket to go to Jamaica. So it was really cool because I helped one of my personals. So I had sponsored at that point maybe 3 or 4 people. And so I helped one of my personals create her business plan. And that's when it clicked to me that these things work, because we wrote one for her, I wrote one for me, and afterwards things started rolling into place and really growing. That's how I hit green so quickly. That's how purple happened so quickly. And it's awesome because she actually earned the trip to Jamaica too with that. And so when we hit purple status, there were only 118 of us. I know that you guys, when you hit black status as a team, there were, I think Val said something like 300 something. That's incredible. You guys, that is incredible. So then I'm actually, hold on. I don't know if I'm turning on my Wi-Fi, guys, because I know that I forgot to turn it on before this, and sometimes that makes it weird. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Now I can see your comments. Okay. Yes. Okay. I wasn't seeing your comments, so that's why I wanted to turn on my Wi-Fi and back out and back in. So hopefully, can someone just like give me a hand or a heart if you guys can see me and hear me okay again? Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jerem. Is that how you say it? What a beautiful name. Hi, Pamela. Okay, got the hearts. Okay, so we're good to keep going. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I couldn't see your comments, and so, all right, so we hit purple that September, and then, so from September until May, my goal was, I knew that purple to black was a big jump, and so I was focused on building, and I wrote multiple business plans during that time of how I was going to get there, and I took action on them. And that May, we had everything checked off in that back office. You know those little check boxes that show you how close you are to your promotion? You have to check them all off. Oh, those are my worst enemy. We had everything checked off except our fourth elite, and our fourth elite ended the month at like 75%. 75%. The team just gave up. They gave up. I got so discouraged, guys. So discouraged. I basically lost my focus. I lost myself. I stopped doing business plans. I stopped taking massive action. I thought I was taking massive action. I thought I was working my business hard, but I wasn't. I was holding myself back because I was doubting myself. I wasn't certain of myself any longer. See, when I first joined, I joined and I dove head in and I learned everything I could learn and I applied everything that I learned and I just took action and went for it and I didn't care. And I tried new things, and when I got discouraged, I stopped doing that. And so my business kind of came to a halt a little bit. We were still growing. We were still sponsoring like crazy, actually. And we were still growing, but I lost the sight of what I needed. See, if I had sat down that May and said, Jen, okay, and I'm going to talk to you guys about, you know, the actual process of business plans. But if I had sat down and said, Jen, let's write you a new one right now, then there is no doubt that by that September, October, November, I would have absolutely hit black status. But I didn't, and so I didn't. So I kept going. I finally, that fall, got my focus back, okay, in fall of 2016. I kicked myself in the butt. I found some new running partners. I did a lot of personal development, and I came up with a new plan. And I dug down to what needed to happen. And in March 2017, so about 5 days left in the month, something like that, we hit black status. And we hit black status with like 1,400 people. So it was a big difference. Like, you guys, everybody's journey, and I want you to take this away, everybody's journey is completely different. I never want you to compare yourself to Val or me or any other black status or purple status or green status or anyone that you look at, okay? You might have someone that joins the same time as you and they hit something faster than you. You might have someone that joins after you and they hit a certain promotion at a different time than you. That's okay. Everyone's journey is completely different, okay? It's totally okay. So, what did I learn from all of this? It's that business plans are absolutely, as dry as they sound, absolutely essential to hitting your goals. And the way, like I put this in the description because guys, it's one of my favorite quotes. A goal without a plan is just a wish. I could say right now I want to lose 30 pounds, right? I could just say that. I want to lose 30 pounds by the end of the year. But if sorry, can you guys hear my kids in the background? By the way, I'm a mom of 2 and I work a full-time job that I travel for, and I did all that while building this business. So if I can do this, you guys, you got it. You got it. I might be kind of crazy sometimes, but you can do it too. Hi, Tiffany. So sorry about my kids in the background fighting. They're having an off day. But they're with my hubby and he's trying to keep them in line. So, totally got off track there. So, okay. So business plans are super duper important. And why is that? Why is it that they are important? Okay. So I was saying, oh, that's right. I was saying 30 pounds, right? I want to lose 30 pounds, but if I don't say how I'm going to lose those 30 pounds, then I'm just throwing it into the wind and I'm just going about my day and eating what I want and exercising whenever I want. Whereas if I say, I want to lose 30 pounds and here's how I'm going to do it, then I'm absolutely going to achieve it if I stick to the plan that I put in place. So if you think about it this way, right? Why do I need a business plan? Well, if I am going to jump in my car, and I live in Pennsylvania, so if I'm going to jump in my car and I'm going to drive to Vancouver, Canada, I've never been there. I have no clue how to get there. No clue. Never been there. So if you're sitting here and you want to get somewhere you've never been before, whatever your goal is, then if you get in your car and you just start driving there, that's great. That's great. You're taking the action. That's perfect. You need to do that. But if you just start driving, you don't really have a map or a plan of what streets to turn on, I bet you it's going to take you a lot longer to get there and you might get discouraged along the way and you might quit. But if you have a map and you have your Waze on, does anybody use Waze? I love that app, by the way, the GPS app. Or you have your MapQuest directions, or you have an old-fashioned map. Does anyone use those anymore? But regardless, if you have that in front of you, then you're going to be able to get to where you want to be faster, and it's going to happen for you. Hi, Caitlin. Right, guys? Like, if you have a plan, then you're going to be less discouraged, and you're going to know exactly what actions to take. And that's kind of how we're going to get there. So it forces you to think realistically, and it helps you drive what actions you need to take. It also helps you measure your progress and determine what you need to adjust. So here's one thing I want you all to take away from this is you're going to set yourself a goal. Hi, Ty. Or Tay. I'm so sorry. I hope I pronounced that correctly. You're going to set yourself a goal and you're going to put a time frame around it, because if you don't put a time frame around it, then you're not setting a realistic, measurable goal that you can work towards, right? So, hi, Rebecca. If you set a goal and you say you want it 3 months from now and you're getting close to 3 months, but you're not getting closer to your goal, do not decrease your goal. Increase your action. If you decrease your goal, you're making a big, big mistake because you're putting a limitation on yourself and you're telling yourself that you're not worthy and that you're not correct and that you can't do it, okay? So make sure that no matter what you do across all of this, across your entire journey, that you never decrease your goals. You might have to adjust your action to reach them, but never decrease your goals. Okay, the most important thing that you can do once you make your business plan is take action on it. Massive action is key. So put something out in the universe, make a plan for it, and then take the action. So something that I did in my business is, you know, we have a lot of people in our uplines that are incredible, that do challenge groups and give trainings and say do this and do that. Take the massive action on it. So if somebody comes to you and you say, I want to sponsor 10 people this month. And so whoever you say that to, your sponsor or your mentor says, okay, I want you to message 5 people a day. Don't message 5 people a day. Message 20, message 50, message 30, message more than what they told you. Do more than what the average person is doing. And you're going to see the results. I promise you, you're going to get to where you want to be if you do more than what the average person is doing. You are going to be more than average then. Okay? Hi, Cassandra. Okay, so let's talk about the 5 steps, okay, to build your business plan. So here comes the kind of like boring part, but it is absolutely how I've helped almost every single one of my elites build to elite. And I will jump on a phone call with my team all the time. Like I will put up there in my team. So if you guys that are building teams, don't be afraid to, once you write yours, do a coaching call and help someone on your team write theirs. That's how they're going to reach their goals as well. It's duplication, right? You do it, you teach it to them. So my team kind of runs off of this, but there's 5 steps. So the first step, and okay, you can do this wherever you want. I use PowerPoint. I don't know if you guys like PowerPoint or not. You don't have to get that nerdy. Like I said, I'm a nerd. You can use a notebook. You could use a napkin. You can use a Word document. I don't care, but it's going to have 5 pieces to it, okay? So the first one is going to be your vision. This is your actual goal. And I want you to set this for 3 to 6 months in the future. So I want it to be like a medium-term goal. So a good example of that is, let's just say green status. So let's say I'm sitting at pink status right now and I want to be a green status presenter in the next 3 months, okay? So we'll use that as our example. So your vision is your goal. So right there, I would just write that down. And then the second piece is going to be your mission. Now, this isn't going to be the crucial piece to determining your action plan from this. Hey Val, no worries, girl. No worries. I almost was too, but I was busy getting my Caught You Being Good sticker from my son. And he said I had to wear it. Okay, I have to wear it during this training. Okay, so your mission isn't going to be crucial to your action steps, but it's going to be crucial to keeping you motivated and true and relatable and pushing through the hard times. So your mission, it's basically your brand. What do you want to stand for in your business? What do you want to portray? So like my mission in my business is to help other women feel confident in themselves. Okay, it's that simple. And if you can't think of one off the bat, then just use our company's mission, our company's vision, okay? Uplift, empower, validate, okay? Use that as your backbone. You want to have a backbone of everything you do. Why are you doing this? What are you shining through with, okay? And then number three is objectives. So objectives are going to be measurable. So that means I don't want to just say, I want to sponsor a bunch of people. I want to say, I need to work towards having, so we used green as an example, right? So you're going to have like a list. Your objectives are going to be like a list. And I would say like a good number of objectives to have is maybe 5 to 7. But it's going to be a list. So it's going to be like $10,000 company wholesales, right? You want to build up to that. That's how you're going to get there. Maybe you say, I want to have at least 2,000 personal retail sales a month myself. And then obviously, if you're building the green, you're going to want to be building your team. You're going to want to be sponsoring. So, maybe one of those objectives is I want to sponsor 15 people in the next 3 months. And that kind of breaks down to like 5 a month, right? And then maybe you want overall your team to sponsor 20 people a month, your whole team, right? So kind of break those numbers down. But you want them to be measurable. You also want them to be attainable though, okay? That's super important. So if you know that you have a crazy hectic life and you can't commit, 2 hours a night to building from pink to green, you have to take that into consideration. Now, everyone's different and anyone can do anything, guys. Honestly, anyone can do anything. So don't set a low goal, set a high goal. But make sure that your objectives are attainable. So if you can't commit to having, 20 parties a month or something else, but makeovers, vending events, your own themes with your VIP or a big VIP month, like if you can't commit to that, then you're not going to be able to get your PRS. So just kind of keep that in mind, that you want to be setting attainable goals. And when it comes to working your business and actually putting effort into your business, guys, I want you guys to know this, that sometimes it takes the extra effort that other people aren't willing to do to get where other people aren't at, to get where you've never been. And that's a sacrifice that you have to make sometime. And that's something that I did in my business. I would go to my normal full-time job. I'd get up at 6. We'd get the kids out the door. I'd go to my full-time job, which sometimes I had to travel for. And I would work at my full-time job from 7:30 to 4. Then I would have to go get my son at the bus stop. You know what I did? I worked smart. So I would make like a little video at the bus stop. I remember this. I will never forget this. One of my first videos, it's when Tenacious first came out. Who loves Tenacious? One of my favorites. So when Tenacious Splurge Cream Shadow first came out, I got it in the mail and I was so excited. I took it to the bus stop with me, and my video was literally me opening it on the sidewalk and showing everyone the sunlight. Gorgeous. And you know what? I sold a couple off of that. I don't remember how many because that was like 3 years ago, but that's what I did. You don't have to always have like a dedicated 5 hours of time. You just kind of work it into your life. But then after that, we would eat and I would do whatever I had to do with the kids, right? Some nights were different because we had baseball or whatever. And those nights, if I had to like put off work, I'd do it the next night. But I would then work from like 6 to 10. I would not watch TV. I had designated TV nights. Don't get me wrong. I love The Bachelor. But I would schedule time. If you don't have a planner, guys, by the way, totally get a planner. I don't have mine up here with me, but get a planner. It helps. I would schedule in business hours and I would work and get it done. So I knew when I was setting these objectives for myself that I could achieve them because I was setting the hours that I was going to do the work to get it done. And guys, I would much rather hustle for 3-4 extra hours a night for 3 years and build my own business with unlimited income than spend 60 hours a week working for someone else for the rest of my life. So that's the mindset that I had. So that's what keeps me going on the days where I'm tired and I just want to take a nap after work. If I just keep at this and I stay consistent, and everyone has different goals. Mine are to, be completely working for myself and independent of a full-time job, right? But everyone has different goals, so it's completely okay. But that's my mindset, and when you set these objectives, you have to know what your mindset and your goals are, and they all have to align. Okay, so your objectives are going to lead to your fourth part, which is your action plan. They're going to kind of go hand in hand. So when you make your action plan, you're going to look at each line item of objective that you wrote down. So if you said you want to sponsor 5 people a month, how are you going to do that, right? What action, like what can you literally do to make that happen? So maybe you're going to make an opportunity video, and then maybe you're going to message 20 people a day, right? Maybe you're going to make sure, and then, your PRS, right? Your next line item, you want 2,000 PRS a month. Well, how many parties do you have to do to get 2,000 PRS? Don't be afraid to do math. If you need help doing the math, your sponsor can help, your upline can help, right? But don't be afraid to break down the math. Let's say that I don't know, I'm throwing this out here. Everybody's averages with parties are different. Mine's probably like 1 in 4 qualifies. So if 1 in 4 parties qualifies, and sometimes when my parties qualify, they're big. Sometimes when they qualify, they're just qualified. So let's say, I'm just making a number up. For every 5 parties I have, I get $500 in sales. So let's say $100 per party. Yes, me too, Val! I love math so much. So much. I'm a nerd. I told you guys we were getting nerdy. Shannon, we're still live. You're good. Okay, so let's say $100 a party, right? So if I want $2,000, 2,000 divided by 100 is what? Is that 200? I don't need to do 200 parties. That number's way off. Let's say that, I don't know, guys. That number is way off. That is not the amount of parties. So I average about 20 to 30 parties a month is what I do. And that not only helps you with your PRS, but it's gonna help you with sponsoring as well. And I know that Val was talking to my team about this earlier, so I know 20, okay. I'm like not good on my feet with the numbers. So 20, there you go, 20 parties a month, right? So, okay, so I know that Val talked about this with my team, so I know that she's had to have said it to you guys, is that parties aren't always just about the sales. And this is true for her that she said, and me as well, a lot of people on my team have come from parties. So I've actually, I have a black status under me. She hit black status the month before I did. Like I said, everyone's journeys are different. And she actually came from a party. So definitely make sure that you're doing your parties, guys. They are huge. But as part of your action plan, do the math to kind of break down whatever PRS you want, however many people you want to sponsor. Make sure that you're saying, okay, based on that, that's how many parties I'm going to do. That's how many messages I'm going to send every day. Maybe, you know, if your business plan involves getting to orange or higher, you're going to have to build an elite. So one of your action plan items might be building an elite. Sorry, one of your objectives might be building 1 or 2 or 4 elites, right? So your action for that would be coaching them there, right? So what are you going to do to coach them there? What actions are you literally going to take to get them there? For me, that's coaching calls. That's giving them tasks. That's leading them. That's empowering them, right? Cheering them on, letting them know they can, and helping their team book and reaching down to their team, right? Booking, selling, sponsoring. Okay, the last piece of your business plan, so number 5, is going to be obstacles. And this might sound silly, right? Because it's almost like, do I really need, it's like, am I over planning here? No. And it takes 5 minutes, guys, 5 minutes, and you can do it. But obstacles. So I want you to think of 3 obstacles that you could potentially face while working your action plan, right? While working towards your goal, your vision. And those might be, you know, personal things come up in life. Guys, I just had like all this medical stuff happen all of a sudden in my life, and it kind of knocked me back. And I'm like, kind of like, how am I going to work my business and deal with this, right? But I wasn't knocked off of running in my business because I knew that life could come up and I had a backup plan for it. I knew that if I have a bad day, because life is not roses all the time. So if I have a bad day or a bad week, I already planned and knew what my most important tasks and actions were, and that I could move them and just work a little bit harder the following week. Or plan ahead and say, okay, I know that this week I feel really good, so I'm going to really run this week. I'm going to really make sure that I stick to it this week, so that next week if I don't feel good, then I've already, you know, overcome that obstacle. Another example might be, okay, well, I'm having a setback booking parties, maybe, right? Maybe my goal was 20 parties and I got 15. What can I do to make sure that I'm still on track for my goal, right? We talked about a couple minutes ago that we never want to lower our goal. If we're not close to reaching it, if we're not on track for it, we never want to lower that goal. We want to increase our actions. So if I need to stay on a certain track to hit my goal and I haven't hit the action that I thought I would, which in this example might be I booked 15 parties instead of 20, not the end of the world. Maybe I have my own. Maybe I throw a theme party for my customers and I throw it in my VIP, or I throw it in an event and I invite all my past customers or all my friends, and I just do tips for like a week. And I just jump on and do a quick little tip here and there. And, you know, maybe I do like little mystery bags in my VIP. Maybe I increase my activity in my VIP or somewhere else that is going to produce sales. If I am unable to book the number of parties that I wanted. You know, maybe if I'm not sponsoring as many people as I wanted to so we talked about this being like a 3 to 6 month plan. So maybe I'm 2 months in and I said I wanted to sponsor 5 a month and I've only sponsored 3 a month. Then what am I going to do? So this obstacles list is basically, how am I going to up the action, right? If I'm not on track, how am I upping the action? Maybe I need to grow my network. Maybe I need to start building more realistic relationships, right? Maybe I need to try a different method. So I'm going to list out it's kind of like a column. It's like 2 columns. It's going to say the obstacles in 1 column. And I just want you to think of 3 to 5. And it's going to list the obstacles in 1 column and then how I'm going to overcome them in the other. And then that way, when it happens, you're prepared. And when you're prepared, you can work through it. You're not going to be as discouraged. And guys, I want you to know something. First of all, start dropping any questions you have right now, because I'll answer those before I jump off. But I want you to know something. This journey, wherever you're going, whatever your goals are, guys, there are going to be times where you trip over pebbles, okay? You're on this journey up this mountain, and there are so many pebbles along your way. But guess what? They're pebbles. And at the time, right, you hit your first pebble and you trip and you like skin your knee and it hurts a little bit. And you're like, oh, that hurt. Oh, you know, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna feel like the biggest setback in the world. But if you get up and you put a Band-Aid on that knee, and maybe you put knee pads on right now because you learned your lesson, right? So now you're gonna wear knee pads. You keep going. You keep going. You're gonna trip over another pebble, but this time it's not gonna hurt as bad. And you're gonna learn from that too, right? Because maybe now you got a little cut in your elbow. So you're gonna put elbow pads on and you're gonna get up and you're gonna keep going, right? And eventually you're gonna get to the top of that mountain. You're gonna hit your goal. That is what's gonna happen. That's what happens. But you have to be prepared to hit the obstacles on the way, because nobody just sprints to the top or sprints to their goal without something coming up, without something happening to set them back. The biggest thing is don't get discouraged. And that's also where personal development comes in. Okay, do we have any questions? I'm so excited. We're going to eat at this restaurant tonight that normally we only go to it when we are like celebrating something. I have absolutely nothing to celebrate tonight other than the fact that their arancini is amazing and I want it. Okay, well, feel free to do this. I don't see any questions, but if you guys think of any, feel free to drop them in the comments, and Val, just let me know and I can relay the message on that. Oh, favorite PD books. 10X. 10X by Grant Cardone. That's a great one for motivational PD. So I'm very big on balancing personal development in two forms. I think that for personal development, you should be splitting it up between knowledge, like learning things about network marketing, attraction marketing, social media, things like that, and motivation. So my favorite motivational one is definitely 10X by Grant Cardone. I love to listen to that while I run. And then as far as knowledge, if you're just getting started, at any point, honestly, GoPro's a really good one. That's one of the first ones I read, and it definitely put me in a great mindset for working towards my goals. And then, let's see. And then there's another one. Oh, if you're working towards anything like green or higher, I definitely recommend reading Building Network Marketing Leaders by Big Al. That is an incredible book, and I've read it twice, and both times I read it was different times in my journey. So I first read it as a blue status presenter, and then I read it again as a purple, and it meant two different things to me completely. Okay, so Rebecca asks, how did I run so many parties with a full-time job and kids? Oh my gosh, guys. So remember how I said I'm nerdy? I'm so nerdy. So here's how I started. I started one way and I evolved into another. So I sat down, I knew one Sunday that I had a couple hours. So instead of watching football or going out with friends, I took 2 to 3 hours and I sat down and I created a party script, and I created it in a Word document that I emailed to myself. And it had like day 1, post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4. It even had what I was messaging the hostess at what point, right? All I had to do was follow along with it. And then I copied exactly that. I would copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. So if I was running 5 parties and I knew that I was doing a post in the morning, which I try to post in the morning. Val, it's so funny you were saying this earlier. In the morning, lunch, shortly after people get off work, and then like 3 times at night during prime hour. So if I knew in the morning that I had to post in 5 parties, I would copy it, and then I would literally just go party 1, paste, party 2, paste, party 3, paste, party 4, paste, party 5, paste. But guys, here's what changed my life and made it even better, because then I went from having to do that to being able to just build relationships. Post my party. I can drop the link in here if you guys want it, but post my party. It is like $9 a month, but it was so worth it for me because I more than make that back every month. What you do is you basically do the same thing. You set up like a template, and I have a video that trains on how to do this too, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you set up a template one time. You type out the whole party one time. And then every time you start a new party, you attach that party. Now, I run my parties and events, and I know everyone has different opinions on this, and groups and events, they have their pros and cons. This works with events. So I take my template and I literally just go, okay, start this template this day in this party. And it just does it for me. And so then I have my to-do tasks every day, which is, you know, on day 1, I tell the hostess this then I'm just focusing on hostess coaching and on, building relationships in the party. And I'm not worrying about posting stuff. Like, it just does it for me. I live by that. And it's amazing too. Like, if you have a team, it's amazing for doing like booking blitzes, like sponsoring sprints, stuff like that, which also huge tip to everybody. If you're trying to build, do those with your team. They're so much fun. But yeah, I can definitely share that in the comments here with you guys. And yes, just, okay, so exactly what Val said. Like, you just take some time to reflect on what you've done. If you're working towards a goal and you haven't hit it, take some time to reflect on what you've done, what hasn't worked, and what has. Pour yourself into personal development. Because listen, like I said in the beginning, I spent a long time discouraged, not hitting Black status. I could have been Black status a lot sooner than I was. And I was sitting in that discouraged prison of, oh, woe is me. I'm not hitting it. I suck. I'm never going to do it. Guys, the second I flipped that and I put things into the universe, hold on. This is what I want you to do. If you're not hitting your goal, this is what I want you to do. I'm going to go grab it. Hold on one second. Yes. Oh, and if you do it in groups, if you do parties in groups, you could always sit down before the party starts and schedule the post out in the group. Facebook lets you do that now. Sorry, ignore the mess in the background. Let me grab something. Okay. If you are not hitting your goal, I want you to do this. I want you to make a vision board. Mine's a mess because my house flooded and it had to get taken off the wall. The second, guys, I made this vision board, it happened. Like, you get your mindset there, you put it into the universe, and then you have to take inventory, guys. Am I taking massive action? If you're not hitting a goal, are you taking massive action? Or did you just put the goal out there and you say, and you're just talking to one person a day? You know what I mean? And you're having like one party a month. You really have to take the inventory, and you have to do your personal development, guys. Absolutely have to. But seriously, like, this vision board, I know I've been talking a long time, so I'll let you guys go. But this vision board, it's okay. Funny story. Be careful how you put things on your vision board. So this is my 2017 vision board. Make sure you're crystal clear when you put that you want certain things on your vision board, because here I put that by the end of the year, I wanted a new bedroom. I specifically put on this vision board that I wanted a new bathroom with this new bedroom. Like a nice, oh my God, Val, I love you. I literally put that I wanted like a nice bathroom, like a bathtub that I could take baths in my new house, right? Okay, I made this in January of 2017, literally a year ago today, I think. Okay, so this past July, our house flooded, and like 3/4 of my house had to be like gutted and remodeled. Like, this carpet's brand new, the walls, like everything. Okay. Ow. Oh, my cat. Sorry. We ended up getting basically a new house, just not a new house. So I'm going to be more clear next time that I want like an actual new house. Guys, this happened. We got a new house and I got a bathtub. It's huge. It's huge. I can fit like 3 of me in it. And it was covered by insurance. But like, just be careful, you know. Be clear about what you want. Okay, but I put black status. Notice I put times on it, right? I wanted black status by February. It happened in March, okay? It's okay if it didn't happen in the time that I said. I kept going and it happened the very next month. I put that I wanted to fix my mindset. That absolutely happened. I wanted to drop 30 pounds. I dropped 15, so that counts. Just guys, like all this stuff, be a better leader, like all this stuff. Oh, all the travel stuff. I put Disney on here. Guys, it happened not once, but twice. It just happened by fate the second time. It's crazy. It's crazy. Make a vision board. Make a vision board, and it's fun. Okay, guys, I'm going to jump off. I think we have to run to our dinner reservation, but you guys are incredible. You have an amazing leader. You guys are awesome. You've got this, and I can't wait to see everyone at convention. Get there. It is incredible. It's one of the best things that you can do for your business, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, Val, for having me.